Hey everyone, Richard Metalfan here, bringing you guys a brand new 2018 album review. And today we are going to be looking into the new album from the band Bury Tomorrow entitled Black Flame, which was released under Music of Nation Records. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with Bury Tomorrow, they're a metalcore band based out of Southampton in England. I discovered Bury Tomorrow back 2 years ago or something. I saw a friend of mine post something about it, and I decided to check them out. Dug what I heard. I liked all their other stuff. And this is overall the band's fifth album, the follow-up to their previous album, 2016's Earthblood, I believe that was what it's called. And I actually enjoyed the album. Like, I enjoyed all their stuff, and they've put out their albums since they've formed in 2006. And they put out their first album in 2009, which is Portraits, which I thought was a pretty solid album. And then it was like a couple years after that, in 2012, they put out their second album, The Union of Crowns. So I thought was a huge step up from that. Their third album in 2014, I think, Runes was what it's called. Enjoyed that. And like I said, their previous album, Earthblood, I thought was pretty good. But here we are with album 5 in 2018 with Bury Tomorrow, with the release of their album Black Flame. Does it live up or exceed expectations to what Earthblood has? In my honest opinion, I think it definitely has a little bit. I just think the band sounds really just tight as ever compared to their previous albums. And like this band, like I still have pretty much a consistent lineup. They only had like one member change in like 2013 with different lead guitarists and stuff. But overall, this band's just a very tight unit. Let's just talk about the vocal work, or the vocal work in general, from just the vocals from Daniel Winter Bates. Like, his harsh vocals just really just have gotten just better. Just, it has like really just, his growls just has really intensity, and just like his high kind of like screaming is just really just insane. It's good. Like, just, it just puts like so much energy, and just, you could definitely feel it in the songs right in there. And then the clean vocals from Jason Cameron, their rhythm guitarist. His clean vocals just really just improved a lot with each album. Like, he still pretty much has the same voice, but it definitely has that same just powerness into his voice, which I really, really love. And just like his riffs are pretty good. Same thing with like the leads from guitarist Christian Dawson. I think is just really great. The bass playing is definitely pretty audible. You can definitely hear David Winter Bates' bass a little bit. And the drumming from Adam Jackson are really pretty good. But yeah, without further ado, let's dive into this album track by track. Now, the album opens up with No Less Violence, sorry, I fucked that up. Anyway, like this, right away, it bursts right in the gate with some very whimsical opening notes that explode into like a dissonant cacophony of like melodic metal, that type of which you would like start like a mosh pit, or even just like the most lethargic of crowds. The vocals are really strong. Like, the cleans are really clear and very distinctive, while sort of like the harsh vocals are aggressive and delivered with authority. And the drum and bass lines sort of like intertwine seamlessly and make your head bang almost involuntarily. Next song on the album is called Adrenaline, and as most songs, they try to embody the feeling of adrenaline, and it's hard, fast, and aggressive. Really heavy song. And while the song accomplishes that, it's still pretty an averagely good metalcore song. Like, the guitars, bass, and drums have a really good looping to them, and the Daniel's growls are just really just going into it. And then we go into the title track of the album, which would be Black Flame. And let me tell you, this song almost grabbed me immediately and piqued my interest about this band I haven't never really listened to prior here when I first heard them like 2 years ago. The guitars and drums have an interesting pattern and really great shredding riffs. But where their song shines the most is the overall melody of the song. It's very heavy, it's catchy, and very satisfying anthem that features a unique kind of like slurring screams. But not only this, but the chorus solidifies to what makes it a fantastic and very memorable song. My Revenge has a very anthemic feel with a very catchy chorus, and is one of the handful of songs that open up with a series of indiscernible sounds that tend to catch you off guard. More Than Mortal, in my opinion, probably a real strong point of the album. It features a series of thrashing growls and chugging instrumentals throughout the verses, and a surprisingly satisfying breakdown. But what really sells it is like the powerful with an almost chanting vocal melody that delivers a strong point and doesn't disappear too quickly. Knife of Gold screeches to life with an unfocused fever that sounds a little disconnected, but the clean vocal chorus brings it together before the confusion takes a hold. The Age, which it prominently features a guitar riff played on like the higher strings throughout the entirety while retaining the song's melody. This song has very nice balance of clean and harsh vocals, and once again is a pretty alright metalcore song. Stormbringer, which is pretty much a very interesting song on here, and it has like a very intriguing like mix of like different time signatures, melodic vocals, and a monumental breakdown that would be really fun to witness if you ever see the song played live. Overcast, one of the slower paced songs on the album, and coincidentally one of the longer songs as well, and it proves the range within the band musically as a standout amongst the 10 tracks on here. And then the album closes with the final song on here, Peacekeeper, and clearly Bury Tomorrow wanted to end this album with an impact that this song has a lot of thundering, fast-paced instrumentals, and once again a great balance of sort of like the clean and harsh, and the verses are brutal and impactful, and the chorus is catchy and mark a good way to end a pretty good album. Now overall, Black Flame by Bury Tomorrow is a really good metalcore album. Like metalcore kind of has like whether you love it or hate it, Bury Tomorrow is still one of those bands that are still strong in the game, and I really hope that they come play in the US because I really would like to see them. So yeah, if I were to give this album a score, I'd probably give this a solid 8 out of 10. So yeah, that's my review of Black Flame by Bury Tomorrow, guys. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about this album, and I'll see you all in the next video, and keep it metal.